Hey guys, I'm just really quick going to let you know what we're going to be doing in this video. I'm going to show you how to make a basic room with lights, objects, and textures in the Tomb Raider level editor. If you don't know what the Tomb Raider level editor is, it's kind of like basically Tomb Raider 4, if you can see all that good stuff. And it's basically the engine from that, and you can make your own levels and games with it. Anyway, let's get into it. Okay, this is the folder for the Tomb Raider level editor. This is the next gen version. So if you don't have the next gen version yet, I suggest you download it. I will put a download link in the description box. Click on this. I suggest you make icons for these so you don't have to click on it every single time. Okay, so this is the Tomb Raider level editor. If you have the old version, some of these buttons won't be here, like these yellow buttons and things. But it's basically the same for both versions. As far as building a basic room goes, so don't worry about it too much if you have the old version. Okay, first we're going to need some textures. Your textures will go right there. So we need some, and I'm going to click Load TGA, and you're going to pop up right here in the Tomb Raider Next Gen folder. And I'm going to use the TUT1 stuff today. So see this at the very bottom? TUT1. Oops. I'm stupid. Click on TUT1, and you see TUT1 TGA. Click on that and open, and there are our textures. Aren't they pretty? And to load your objects, go to Objects at the very top, Load Objects, and we're going to go under Graphics, WADs, or however you say that, TUT1, and open. Okay, and then we've got our objects right here. You can look through your objects by clicking on these little arrow buttons, and you can rotate your character by holding down the left click button. You can zoom in and out on your character by clicking and dragging the right click button. This is Laura. You can change your character later, but for right now we're just gonna build a room. And just really quick, I'm going to place her, click place object, and click on the square you want her to be. So this is Laura. I'm not actually going to use her in the room or the level, so we're going to have to delete her later so she won't be randomly floating in our game. But this is just to show scale. See how massive this room is? It's too big. So you can right click and drag, and see this little selection here that's in red? This is how big I want my room to be. And you can also see it here faintly. See the red lines right there? That's the 2D view. This is the 3D view. Now I want my room to be this size and not all of this. I want it to be just this. So I'm going to click copy of this selected area, and I'm going to click it. So now I have just this room, and I'm going to place Laura again for scale. And see, this room is really, really, really tall compared to Laura. She's teeny tiny. I'm going to zoom in real quick. To zoom in on your room, you can do page up or page down to zoom out. Okay, so we're going to lower the ceiling now. We're going to select all of this, and I know I'm selecting the floor, but if you look up, these are the controls to move your room. Look up right there. See, the ceiling is selected too at the same time. So to lower the ceiling, the plus and minus buttons, plus needs to go up, minus needs to go down. So we're going to lower the ceiling. There we go. Now it's nice and low so Laura won't feel so lost in there. You can right click and drag here, or you can right click and drag on the 2D box. It's the same thing. And if you want to make it a little bit interesting, you can bump up the floor by clicking this button. And we can just keep doing that with whatever places you want to do that to. And you can click plus floor button, or you can click Q to make it go up, or A to make it go down. And we'll just do this for the rest of the floor. And look, she's in the middle. She's in a dip down little part here. Don't know why, it just makes it interesting. And you can just keep doing that, just to make the room interesting. And this is just to help you kind of figure out how to move things up and down. Okay, now it still looks pretty bland. There's nothing really to see other than blue blocks. So let's look over here by our textures, and we can look through here and figure out if there's a little square of textures that we want to put on the floor. I'm going to use this texture right here. You can use whatever you want, but I'm going to use this one for right now. And we will click on the Face Edit button, alright? Click that, make sure it's all dark. And we will right click and drag over the area that we want to have textures. See? Now there are textures. Drag, texture. Now you can see here that these parts over here are not textured, so drag, texture. Okay, and so now she has a floor, but it looks kind of boring, kind of yucky. So let's add something else. I like this one. So let's drag this right here. Oh, but that looks bad, so let's rotate. To rotate a texture, again, this right here, left, right. Right click, and look, it moves. And you can right click however many times you want, and it moves around. Over here, boop, boop, boop. And if you look closely here, this texture doesn't match up a whole lot. It goes dark, light, dark, light, dark, light. So to mirror the texture, you can hold down Control and click on this. See? Now it's mirrored and it matches up. And these parts right here don't look very good because they don't match up together. So we can see if we can find anything. Here's a corner piece. And you can put it here and move your textures down here, and then everything can match up with it. So now we have textures that outline this whole area, so that's a little bit more interesting. I'm going to decorate a little bit more with these textures. Okay, I outlined the corners of the steps again, did the same thing. Now, the walls need to be textured. And find another good texture. Oh, this is interesting. And put it over there. Ugh, but it's all stretched and it looks like an old 90s game. Unclick that so it's no longer selected. And don't worry, your textures are still there. You just can't see them right now. So we're going to drag and select this wall. And we are going to click these buttons again. It's Q and A, just like you had for raising the floor. But this time you're selecting the wall. So whenever you click that, this little thing comes up right here. And that means you have more places to put your textures. So let's click Face Edit again. And see, there's your texture all smushed up right there. Drag and select. Drag and select. But see, that looks kind of bad because it's a bunch of repeated textures. So we can look through here for some varying textures. This one's kind of nice because it just kind of blends. So we can just put it right here and there. And let's see, oh, this is good too. Put that right there, there. Some sand. Put that. See, we're getting somewhere now. And again, to rotate the texture, right click on your mouse and ta-da! Alright, we're going to do the same thing we did before to these walls and make it so we can give them textures. And you can just keep adding them and rotating them. Ooh, that look cool. And just whatever you like, whatever inspires you or interests you, you can just keep adding. And this kind of stuff can take a little while, but it's definitely worth it. We'll just keep texturing until these walls are all covered up. Alright, so I just finished texturing all the walls. To be perfectly honest, I don't know why there would be sand on the walls when there's no sand on the ground, but this is just an example, so, ha.